Hey everyone, it is Char from Char's Fascination. And today, since I already finished the skirt yesterday, that's not for the skirt, but this is the skirt. I finished the skirt. I just have to wash like the markings off from the original placement for the buttonholes. Yes, that one's a little offset, but you know what? I'm not mad about that. But they're perfectly on there. And the only thing I really have to do on this is like stitch that down by hand. Do that later. Other than that, the skirt's done. Isn't that nice? That's nice. That I like I say we improve on a daily basis. We actually do. I have both of my cameras going here. So you guys know I do YouTube and my Instagram, so. But look at that hem. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's nice and clean is what that is. So, we'll fold her up. I am like particular if I'm going to fold a skirt. And it's got that little spot. You just saw what I did there. Fold that in and then fold that under. Maybe it's a military thing. And then that basically keeps it square. Basically keeps it square. So, it's the other side of what's on the jacket, which I will pin this on there after I sew the other part on. So let's go get that jacket. So I'll be back to the table in a minute because I got her right here. No, literally right here. Where my butt almost stays in the which is weird. But hey. Anyway, now that we can finish this, which I am delighted to be able to do. I'm going to be silly through the rest of this. I'm going to tell you that because I figure, you know what? What do we really have to look forward to much anymore? We must put ourselves forward to keep ourselves happy and don't let people defeat us. Do not let people try to defeat you. No matter who you are, no matter what your mindset is, if you have a positive mindset to bring more positivity towards other people, keep that mindset going because sometimes that's help for other people. And when you're helping other people like that, they may actually need that in their day. So let's bring this over here to the machine, in which I did rethread last night. I did rethread this last night. So no one worry if you don't see me through this whole thing. It's because I have to sit a certain way. Now, most of you already know that. Like, if I sit a certain way, I'm going to have my pins on a certain side of me. Pull my machine, figure out which way I want to go with this, which I'll probably go from the bottom up. Maybe. No. I have to go from... See, like, when you're sewing, you have to figure out which direction do you want to take this. No, I'm going to have to go from the bottom up. And then remember to clean your loose threads off there. Turn her on. Now, I am going to have to spin some more bobbin. So at some point of this, I will do that. So, this is what she'll look like on the outside, basically. And I'm gonna pause Instagram in a few minutes after I start sewing this. So let's get to sewing, shall we? Oh, and I'll clean up that bottom buzz part. So that's like no worry. See, now that I know where I'll be pulling these, I can place that. See, now that's very key and very important. And then bring that up maybe about right there. This is my other thing so it doesn't pucker. Then make sure your foot pedal is where you want it. Here we sew. I know a lot of you lately may think, wow, you sure are spending a lot of time sewing. Well, you know what? It's something that in my everyday now, it gives me something to do. I maintain my machine, in which I'm going to have to do another maintenance video. Because I was doing one and then poof, that video. I don't know how that video disappeared. Yes, I did. But, yeah. So. Okay. So this is what it's looking like on the outside. Always check it. Make sure that it's actually staying. Because if it's not, you're going to have to go back over it. Now this is pretty darn clean and pretty darn flat. So we're going to keep on with that. So like I said, let me go ahead and pause Instagram. And we'll be back Insta. But we'll continue with YouTube, obviously. For obvious reasons, for Orbius reasons. Orbius. So when I get this part completely sewn on, I will turn Instagram back on and show you this side of it. Woo! Almost caught me a needle under that. Wow. I had my coffee. Wrong. My thyroid medicine. Have to find my rheumatologist soon. And apparently particular medication is for rheumatoid arthritis. And what might that be? Hydroxychloroquine. Did you know that for years people have been taking hydroxychloroquine under a different name? This whole thing is a sham. I ain't falling for it, Dr. Fishy. So I took hydroxychloroquine when I was a kid. spoonfuls of liquid. That wasn't penicillin. That was hydroxychloroquine. Remember to mind where your needle is when you're talking and doing video. You can end up with some issues later. And we don't need those issues. Nope. On a rope. I had rheumatic trial. And it was kind of like odd that I was the only kid in that town known to have rheumatic fever. Known, except for the res kids, to ever have rheumatic fever. Now see, this is why I say check your spots, because there actually is an open spot here. Now, other than that, that's on there pretty darn clean. I mean, this is exactly why we checked, because I'm going to have to go back over that, which is no big deal. Just, tuck it back under and sew along. But look, I mean, isn't that nice? Look, I'm just saying. The more we get bored, the more we do stuff, the more we improve our skills. Improve your skills. You don't have to sit there in somebody's sewing circle of whatever to say, hey, here, we've all done that. And yes, you can learn from other people, but it doesn't have to be a singled out group. It does not have to be singled out. I feel a lot of things this year has been singled out to specific people, if you know what I mean, instead of learning culture. I feel like some people have been singled out instead of bringing everybody together. You know what I mean? So why single out when we can be unified? And you pretty much know what I mean. So it's like, don't single people out. And if you have to put a color to what you're doing, I think it's racist. Anyway, we're moving along with positivity though. So I'm positively going to show you this now and show you how, come on. The clean. Look at that. Isn't that? That is nice. And it's flush to this. I was thinking to myself, this might look like it's back off of it. It looks, I can't even describe that. And then of course, I'll repress along here. And I'm not going to stitch this part down, although I did think about that. But if I did, of course, I'll flip this part back and then stitch it. But there's really not enough of this inner fabric to be able to do that. So I'll just leave that as it is. And just, keep that there because it actually makes it nicer. It actually does. So I'll get the other part on there because, like, serious, this is nice. So for Instagram again. And yeah, we're gonna pause. They're menopause. Anyway. Oh. Okay, so like I said, it took exactly 13 sewing pins. You're like, 13, isn't that a bad number? No, not unless you're the Vatican. Not unless you're the Vatican. Then it's bad for the Vatican. 13 to me is a good number. It really is. Let me poke fun at the Vatican for that. Trying to extinguish the nights. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Yeah, I left my water over there. This is funny. So yeah, I'm gonna get this finished up today. In fact, you know what? We'll do this in a couple of parts because I can't leave this running. So yeah, we are gonna do this in a couple of parts because I had coffee. Coffee is a diuretic. I have to say no more than that. And it's morning. It's morning. When you have your coffee, it's morning. Coffee is a diuretic. And all you have to do is put this part on there, which actually I'll pop this back on the dress form, pin this on. The other thing that I'm doing this week, is finishing my regalia. Yes, finish the regalia. Beautiful, beautiful regalia. Well, at least the stitch work. At least the stitch work for this, because I have some beadwork that I want to lay into this. I think I will have to sit, like take my necklaces off of here, my medicine bag off of it. Yeah, I know. You guys always see my pocket watch with my pocket watch is kind of significant to me anymore. Goes with this. So, yeah. So the other thing I'm gonna do this week is finish the stitch work on this, hang her back on here, because as long as I've had this hanging on here, it actually took out some wrinkles, except for those. But I have my little iron in which I can use. So we will come back to finishing this. I'm really loving that. If you can't love a good hemline, there's something wrong with you. Right? Or the person that's teaching you that's lost some teeth. But I saw my personality. I'll tell you what. Not a lot of people would know from just looking at me this way that I'm missing those unless I turn. So, if I don't this year, hopefully we can all go back to normal next year, because this is crap. I may actually cancel all my doctor's appointments until next year, which is a risk to my health. But I may do it, but I want everybody out there to stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed, because you know what? We've got to sow the rest, and I will see all of you later for this. See you soon.